We had this car over and it had a misfire on one of the cylinders. We checked for fault codes. There were basically not any fault codes, so we had to test the car manually, basically the components, which is the coils and spark plugs, and we had to test the harness to see if we had power on the connectors, both the coils and the injectors. Fortunately, we did have power on both of them. So we did a swap test on the coils to see if the coil was the culprit. The coil was in a good shape and there was basically nothing wrong with it. The spark plugs were new. So we had to look for the injectors. We did disconnect the fuel rail and remove the fuel rail from the engine to see if the injectors was clogged or broken. Fortunately, it turned out that one of the injectors was clogged. While we did test the injectors, we did change the injectors filter, use the ultrasonic pool to clean the injectors, and after that, while we tested the injectors to see if they were okay, and it turned out that one of the injectors was the culprit. In some cars, you have a transistors that is responsible for injectors and the coils separately, but in this one it has a driver that is responsible for both the injectors and the coils. When the ECU detects a problem with the particular cylinder, it will shut down for that cylinder, whether the problem is fuel or spark. So in our case, we had the fuel problem and the ECU turned off the spark also for that particular cylinder. And this will happen only when there's a driver for both the injectors and the coils. But there are many ECUs. They use transistors separately for both the injectors and the coils. If you have a fault in one of them, it will not affect the other. Fortunately, we did find the problem and fixed the car, and the car was on the road again. That's a small part of how to diagnose a misfire. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.